I was hired in late 2015 because the town had just received its designation as an arts and entertainment district from the state of Maryland, which is a Department of Commerce program. And part of the requirement for that was to have a paid administrator for that position. Well, the town couldn't afford to just have somebody do that. So they said, well, why don't you also, let's create a position that also includes general economic development. The title is Economic Development Coordinator. And then when I was interviewing for the job, I was told that one of my tasks would be to revitalize the Main Street program, which we had had back in 2009 to probably 2011, and then it just petered out. So they knew it was an important program. The state wanted to see it reinstated, and the town did also. So that became sort of my three hats, is general facilitation for the town and economic development, working with Jamie Williams at the county, and just being a face to help people. And then managing the Arts and Entertainment District, which was my first focus. The first year, really, I was focused on the branding of that and just getting information out about the A&E District. And I began learning about the Main Street program. And I saw what a rich resource it was for ideas and resource sharing, and mainly for money, because my position did not come with any operating funds. So, so I've had to raise all of the money for any activities that I do in my job. And Main Street, through the Department of Housing and Community Development, does have wonderful grant programs that helped us get started on some programs right away. So I think it's a powerful, powerful program. It is based on the knowledge that you can't have a healthy town if you don't have a healthy downtown. And I think for Kent County, you could amplify that and say you can't have a healthy county if you don't have a healthy county seat. So, you know, the Main Street program is all about revitalizing and sustaining downtown and trying to create the most inviting, prosperous, and diverse downtown we can, so that people want to live here, work here, and visit here. But then when I started working to revitalize the Main Street program, that took a lot of energy, and then we were trying to avoid redundancies, because as you know, Chestertown has a wealth of nonprofits and citizen groups and organizations, and we were looking at the whole picture and saying, well, we don't really need two boards, and the mission is very much the same. Both the A&E designation and the Main Street designation are about enlivening downtown and making it a vibrant place. So the A&E board agreed to sort of find their committee work under Main Street, and we said at the time, if we find that the A&E district is getting overlooked, we'll revisit this. Well, it did, and we're revisiting it. It's sort of like, all in on A&E and then all in building the Main Street program back up. And so I am now working with 3 individuals to really relaunch an advisory board for A&E, just so it has its own advocates. We've done a good job of letting everybody know we're an A&E district. We do have plans in the next year to get some banners up that would really demarcate for people that they are in an arts district. We want to, again, look at making sure that artists who are interested in living here or are living and working here know about the tax incentives that come with being in an A&E district. So there's a lot of work to be done, and I'm excited about getting this new advisory board to sort of push us and work with the state office to make more of it, because it is a valuable tool. It is a national program. It was founded in the 70s by the National Historic Trust because they saw small downtowns like ours becoming eviscerated and empty because of the malls and the suburban sprawl. And they came up with a formula of how to help towns rebuild, how to get citizens to come together and rebuild their downtowns. And they had great success in their pilot program and spun it out across the country. And so now each state has a state office. There are 28 Main Street towns in Maryland, and now they're not only towns like ours that have Main Street programs, but they're going into historic neighborhoods or the older neighborhoods of cities. So Baltimore has, I think, 3 Main Street programs. I would say our major accomplishments, we've brought in $315,000 in grant money. Some of that is facade money, about $90,000 in facades. We're hoping to get another $50,000 this year for facade grants. And that pays 50% of a property owner's investment in renovating, improving a facade. We have gotten a $100,000 grant for wayfinding, and we are in process with that now, getting to a very crisp, neutral design for the signage, and we'll be presenting that to the mayor and council probably December. Like that. And that's what's so interesting about the Main Street program. It's everything from filling a planter with bright flowers to add a sense of liveliness to the streetscape, to trying to get the right mix of retail and supportive programs for our business owners and for our property owners. It really runs quite the gamut. Well, I think we're in a very exciting place right now, and it's not because of me, but I think, maybe we have played a part in that, but there are other things happening that are just wonderful. The investment that the Culps have made in buildings on High Street, Larry and Wendy Culp, the opening of, we've got 4 restaurant bar establishments opening in the next 2 weeks to 8 months. And that is going to just supercharge downtown, because that will bring the foot traffic that our shops have been missing since we lost a couple of key restaurants. So, I mean, we're in a good place. It's been a lot of people kind of hanging on like this, like the cat poster. But I think great things are going to be unfolding pretty quickly. And